Hey guys, how are you this evening? I'm just going to hang around for a minute to see if anybody shows up. Been kind of feeling under the weather today, so I wasn't sure I was doing it, but then I decided, yes you are. Get up, don't be lazy. Go ahead and do your live and see what happens. So, let's see if I can get in here. Hey Tim, glad you stopped in, baby. I'm still feeling kind of wobbly today, but things will get better. There I am. I'm in. Uh-oh, gotta turn the volume off. There I am. Okay. So today we're going to talk about a subject that's really fascinating for Mandy, so I'm going to hang around and see how many more comes in before I get started. Did you have a good day, Tim? Hey, Chris! Somebody make sure they text Mandy. She told me to text her because she forgets easy. She'll want to be on here because any questions that comes up about the subject for this evening, she'll be able to give us a little bit of insight on it. You did make it. I'm just going to wait maybe another couple of minutes, guys, and then I'll tell you all what me and Mandy been up to all week. You all can. Chrissy, I am so glad you didn't go to Florida this past weekend. I'll bet that would have been rough waters out there. Well, good, Tim. I'm glad you didn't have too bad a day today. Did it rain out there? Scoot my laptop a little closer. Hey Ricky, glad you stopped in, buddy. I'm doing this by myself today, so comments. Hey Mandy, you made it, you made it. Good deal. Good deal, good deal, good deal. No rain, good deal, Tim. Good deal. Hope it stays that way the rest of the week, but hopefully a hurricane don't come. Speaking of which, I'm going to get started. It's now 3 minutes after, so I just want to ask everybody that's watching or anybody that watches this in the replay. Yeah, Panama City's getting terrible. Yeah. But what I want to ask is everybody to keep the people that are in Florida. Of course, everybody knows Brian's down there. I texted Janet Sue this morning. She said the rain was heavy, the wind was kind of fierce, but everything else was good. She was doing fine. Said it wasn't as bad as the hurricane that went through last year. So hopefully it continues to stay that way. Also, while we're at it, let's remember the people in California that just had that hurricane, the earthquake, and all that other stuff that went through, and the poor old people on Maui. That little teeny tiny island and all of the wildfires that went through it. That would have had to have been the scariest apocalyptic moment in these poor old people's minds. And not to get too religious on anybody, but it sure does seem like Revelations is starting to come true. The reason I say that more this time than in the past when they've had horrible events over and over and over again is because we know about it. We're a 24-hour news thing. So it is the information that is heard around the world. So everybody just be watchful. Okay, so I just want to welcome all the people that has come and all the people that watches it on the replay, because I know a lot more people watch it on the replay than come in to see me, but I want to thank you for doing it. It makes it worthwhile me getting up here, standing and talking to you guys and listening. Today's topic is going to be about something that me and Mandy did all summer. We had the best time. We would just get out and go. It's like when we were kids, we'd go around big old elephant ear leaves that was down there, and we'd make big old hats out of it. But we didn't know what to do with them, so we just made hats. So now me and Mandy know more about what to do with the plants and the stuff that's out there in the wilderness. And we're learning more. You can make different ointments and lotions and stuff that do cure, or not cure, but alleviate the pains that you don't have to go out and get heavy-duty medication for. So that's what we were doing all summer. Reminded me back when we were young, and Grandma Wilson and Grandma Johnson would have us go walking and pick up dandelion greens. Well, we was just having a good time. We was out walking with the grandma, so we didn't pay attention. But we would go get an entire bag of either dandelion greens, or when the poke greens come into play, we'd go and get us another bag of those, and they would cook them up and eat them. Well, they were doing what we now call, what the modern day generation calls, foraging. And that's what me and Mandy are learning to do, is to go out. So this summer we went up on the mountain. Me and Tim went up first. We went up on the mountain and we found some stuff called mullein, some purple flowered clover. We found a yucca plant and some other different plants that was up there. So we didn't know what you could do with those, but we knew Mandy had been studying it. So, hello, welcome aboard. This is Karen. Oh, Karen and Tony. I'm sorry that where I have to stand so far from the telephone, unless it comes up on my computer, I can't really see the name. But hello, thank you for stopping in. We just wanted to get out and learn a new skill. Mandy is totally interested in the herbalism medicines. And I thought, well, you know, I've been basically a prepper my whole adult life. I always wanted to make sure that I had a little bit of extra food in the house, just in case the power would go out in the wintertime or the summertime when that derecho come through. I always wanted to make sure that I had just a little bit of something that I could grab and heat up real quick on, even if nothing else. Hi, Carly. A little fire outside so that you wouldn't be able to be hungry. And of course, we have a water source close. So, but if you didn't, you need to learn to remember that no matter where you get your water, if it's clean creek water, still boil it for at least 20 minutes. And then it's fine to eat, cook with, to drink, whatever, but don't drink it straight out of the creek. We did that many times when we was kids. We're still here, but there's a lot more pollutants in the air now than there was then, so I would not advise drinking straight out of the creek now. Me and Mandy in the spring went dandelion hunting like we did with Grandma, but this time we were only after the flowers. We collected enough flowers that she was able to make something called dandelion tea. And then from that dandelion tea, hey Steve, from that dandelion tea, she was able to make dandelion jelly. And trust me, that jelly was good. So if you all have any questions about what we've learned from foraging, please put them in the comments. Mandy is in the background. She can answer any and all questions that I cannot answer, which is going to be a lot of them. But I just wrote down a few little notes of something that I could say where I could make sure that I was able to bring this live to you this evening without having to do a whole lot of stuff to get ready. We went up, me and Andy went up after me and Tim did, and we picked the leaves off of the mullein. Mandy had heard in her stuff that you can dry those mullein leaves and roll them up, and they're a natural alternative to tobacco. They don't have any nicotine in them, they don't have anything, but they make you feel better as you're smoking it, And if you're a newly quit smoker, it gives you the opportunity to not be so antsy, constantly reaching for your shirt pocket or a cigarette, or now you won't take a break because there's no sense of taking a break because you always sat down and had a cup of coffee or smoked a cigarette. So now you can still, in the middle of your busy schedule, still sit down and do that. Now, I'm not advocating smoking in any way, shape, or form, so don't get me wrong. But if you're already there and you're trying to quit, this might be an alternative for you. It's a lot of work, though, because you have to go find it, you have to dry it, you have to grind it up or whatever, and then you have to roll them and stuff. But it does seem to work with Mandy a little bit. Now, the first year, Mandy says, when the mullein is coming out, and it also says in this book right here, that the mullein will be small, fuzzy leaves that come out that pretty much kind of lays flat to the ground. But then the second year when it comes up, because it's a 2-year plant, when the second year it comes up, it produces a long stalk that comes up into like a flower bud at the top of it. And those flowers, those yellow flowers, is what we collected for Mandy to make some ear drops, which right now I could stand to have, because I think that's why I'm so dizzy, is because my ears are stopped up. But we're going to find out tomorrow. And then we went back up one not too long ago, and the flowers were now gone. So we got shook the top of the thing off and got seeds, so we can plant our own mullein plants next year, so that we don't have to go on the mountain, or don't have to go as much to get the leaves, especially if these eardrops work, because that would be, and all natural something is a whole lot better than what these people are putting into our stuff these days. So you have to be really careful, and you have to be really careful when you get these things, because some of these things that you're going to forage for, 2 plants are going to look similar. So you have to really pay attention and get the right plant for your particular thing that you want to do, because there's different ones that look similar. I would suggest get a book out and do a lot of research like Mandy has done on foraging. Join a couple of the online foraging platforms on Facebook. Be prepared for a couple of little fights, though. You have the purists in foraging, and then you have the novelists, and sometimes they will buck heads. But they're only trying to teach somebody something. It's just, sometimes people can say stuff, and I'm the worst at it. Sometimes people say stuff in a confrontational fashion, or the person that's hearing it, they might be saying it in a very good way of saying it, but the person that's hearing it thinks it's confrontational. So just be wary if you go on those sites. And also on your phone, I can't show you because of course I'm using my phone. There you go, Mandy. Just, yeah, see, she's done a lot of research on all this to know what she's looking for and what good it's going to be, because you don't want to just go out there and, hey, Janet Kay, you just don't want to go out there and pick something and say, okay, this is this, because like anything else, it may not be. So just make sure you do your own personal research on all this. This is just something that we done, and I thought it would be interesting because you can forage all year long. It's not just a summer thing or a spring. It's all year long. There is different plants and different things that comes out all year long. So you can do it all year. I've been interested in doing finding the maple trees and getting me a little bit of maple syrup. I don't know what I would do with it, but I just think it would be fun for that to be an experiment that I do. Now this is what I want to show. I picked up. I went to the library twice because I got books out of the library twice. And both times, those books at the libraries just did not have the information that I was seeking for what me and Mandy were looking for. It did One of them would do a scientific names and all that other stuff. Another thing would tell you. Now, they were good books. I'm not ditching the books. They were good books. They just weren't the ones I was looking for. The one was telling all about the sicknesses in West Virginia, Appalachia sicknesses, and then the people that would go out and get those. But by the time you read all the story about all the sicknesses, and me, a hypochondriac, I have every dang one of them. So I turned those two books into the library, back into the library today. But I had ordered, this is called the Peterson's Field Guide to Edible Wild Plants. So if you ever decide to do any foraging, this is the book I would recommend. It gives you all of what they are, and it gives you a picture, a description picture of what they should look like, so that you would make sure that your version of whatever it is you're trying to pick matches the picture that's on the other side. And they have a whole list of symbols in the book as well that tells you whether it's you can steam a vegetable, you can make candy out of it, cereal, coffee, cold drink. You can cook it as a green like in dandelions and poke. A cooked vegetable could be a root vegetable. The root on it could be cooked like a rutabaga or a potato or something like that. You can grind it up and make flour out of it. You can dip it in flour and fry it on the stove. I seen a lady do dandelion blossoms that way. She just dipped it in a flour mixture and an egg mixture and a flour mixture, and you just put it in there and fried it like you would a green tomato, and then she ate it. And she thought it was really good. I have not tried that. All of our dandelions that we found, we put into making that dandelion jelly, which we will be doing again next year because we really like that. Then they got the fruit symbol, whether you can make jam or jelly out of it, if it's a nut that you can eat, or if it's stuff that you can pickle, roots, stems, flower buds, they can all make pickles. Capers and relishes. So you never know. Potato you can use to fix just like a regular potato. Salads, the greens that you can mix up in a salad, like edible flowers, you can mix that up in a salad and eat it. It can become a seasoning for your rest of your stuff. You can make a syrup out of it. That's what I want to do out of that maple stuff. But I don't know of any maple trees that's around here. You can take the leaves and flowers and stuff and brew them, steep them like a tea. And then, of course, the dangerous plants. So even, of course, that's a little skull and crossbones. I know you guys can't see it, but that's what that is. So if you run across a plant in your book that has that, which there is, I think they said there's 38 different poisonous ones out there. And of all the plants that's out there, 38 is not a lot, but if you get one of them, that would be one too many. See, this one says large flowered or white pterygium is poisonous. So this is the book that I would suggest if you're interested in it. It's $11.95. I think I got it on Amazon. And it is a very good book. Of all the books we've looked at, this is a good one. So might want to just make sure that that's something you put in your arsenal if you decide to forage. There's a lot of people don't want to forage, don't want to think about it. They want to go to the store or the doctor and get their medicines, and that's fine. But we just did it as a kind of a hobby. So, what are you not seeing, Tim? I'm still there, ain't I, guys? Anybody see me? Hello? Hello? Okay, Stevie. And then the other plants that we were looking for was, Mandy calls it plantain. But it was the grass that was in our yard, had little wide leaves on it. And it's good. She's already made one salve out of it. And then rose petals can be mixed with the mulleins to smoke. And Mandy has a whole list of stuff. Oh, you can't see the book. Hold on, I'll walk around and let you see it. here is the book. And then when you open it up, here is the pictures on this side. And then it matches everything that's on this side. You'll see the picture on this side. And it tells you all these are the little icons that you can tell what it is, what's good. And it's called Peterson's Field Guide on Edible Wild Plants. I didn't realize it, but I think I have a book out there in the she shed storage that's about edible wildflowers. So that would be a good companion book, although it's a lot bigger. Okay, so anybody have any questions that Mandy ain't already answered? Because I'm running up on 20 minutes and I got one last thing to do today. I'm going to ask Mandy to make sure she puts in the comments all the rules for this particular thing. We're going to do a giveaway. And I'm going to bring this over there where you guys can see it. You won't be able to see me, or maybe I'll turn me around. Don't get sick on me here. Hi guys. What we're going to do is we're going to do a giveaway. The first thing is one of the little bookmarks that we showed not too long ago. And our cute little dandelion man, my brain is going. Coasters. I got that one. And this one. And this one. Hi, Debbie. And this one. I'm just going over the things that are going to be in the gift box that we're going to give away to one of our watchers. We have two different little dog Danas. You just put this over their collar and put it around their neck. Sam wore his for a long time till he tore it up. Have one for a little dog and one for a bigger dog. So, we have one of Mandy's little sign that says Mama Bear on it. And then my cute little wheat woven baskets, what it'll come in. So, our Mandy's going to put down all the rules of what we need to do, what you need to do to be entered into it. And next Thursday, on our Thursday Facebook Live, we are going to draw a winner. So then that way, we can get it ready and get it out to you. Well, I can totally make you some coasters, baby. I love my coasters. They do really good. They've got the little felt feet on them so they won't scratch up your table or nothing. So, yeah, they're real nice. So, I'm going to turn you back to the end and get back over here and do my finals. This is the only way I can do it when I'm the one that's here. Mandy, did you get all the things on there? Oh. Okay. I'm going to wait and make sure she gets all the things on there. Please remember to go by her things that she's saying we have to do, because it's not that hard. You just, you like, comment, come back. You can subscribe to our YouTube page, and just come back on Facebook and say you're done. You know, I have. If you're already subscribed, then you don't have to do that particular part. You will still be able to enter the giveaway. And she has posted them all on the giveaway site. So if you go to, is it on the website, Mandy? Or on the, you go post it on Facebook. I think she's supposed to post it here on Facebook after we're done, because we made up a cute little flyer. So I think that all the rules and everything will be posted on that flyer just as soon as I get off this evening. And within a little bit, she'll get in and post up that picture. So we can, everybody has an equal opportunity to do whatever. And then next week, I will be collecting the names throughout the week. And then next week, we'll have Miss Handy to draw a name that is the winner of our nice little gift basket. We just wanted to say something nice. You guys have been so good to stop by and visit us and come back repeatedly over and over again. So I'm really happy with that. It gives me something to do on Wednesdays on one week and Wednesday and Thursday on the next week with Mandy. We're hopefully going to get into a routine of posting on YouTube. Hopefully. I won't put that schedule out here right now because I got to make sure I can get in the groove of it. But once we do have a schedule done, then I will post that up so you can be looking for them. We've got several canning videos coming up. I know everybody is probably getting their gardens done, but you can save them for next year when you're wanting to do those canning jobs. Me and Mandy has canned green beans, dill pickles, bread and butter pickles, dill relish, bread and butter, or sweet relish, salsa, pizza sauce, and spaghetti sauce, and chow chow. That's a lot for a first-time canner to be doing any of these things. The only one we used to pressure canner on was the green beans, and Mandy knew how to do that, so we did real good with that. So. All right, guys, does anybody have any more questions, anything to say? I've got 26 minutes into this, so I don't want to keep you any more than 30. But I do want to remind you, everybody say a little prayer for all the people in Florida that are currently going through the hurricane, the ones in California that just got over going through the hurricane, and the poor people in Maui that are still such heart-wrenching stuff coming out of there. I don't know if you watch any of the news or not. It's always so off the chains these days, but those are things we should always say, just a little prayer, and let everybody know that we're thinking about them. All right, guys. Thank you for the good words. I appreciate that. Appreciate it. And we will see you next Thursday, Ladybug Day. We'll see how that turns out. Bye-bye, guys.